Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Operation Arsenal review. Tonight was a big game away against Villareal, semi-final, first leg of the Europa League, 2-1 loss. Oh man, I was losing it. I really was. When we were 2-0 down, almost had a penalty, which was then taken away because of a handball. I lost it. I completely lost it. But somehow we have actually come away with a workable result. It's doable, but it's just so disappointing. And for the first time in Operation Arsenal since Arteta's come in, I am actually going to be pretty anti-Arteta in this one. And look, you can take away from it what you want, but I am not Arteta out. I do trust the process more than most, but it's becoming harder and harder to defend. Some of these decisions he's making, the lineup was just... Smith Rowe as a false nine. Does he think he's actually Pep? Do you think that we can do what they do? Pep's doing it with Man City, with Kevin De Bruyne or Foden. Okay? Levels. Smith Rowe is a cracking young player, but he's nowhere near at that level. And for him to carry that kind of number 9 position, I don't know. For me, that was just massively wrong. The difference when Martinelli came on, absolutely massive. I just don't understand why you would put Smith Rowe in that position when, okay, in fairness, Lacazette's not ready, still injured, and Aubameyang's only just come back from injury. We don't have an out-and-out striker other than Nketiah. At minimum, you put Martinelli there instead of Smith Rowe, right? Am I losing my mind? Am I the only one that just thinks that decision is just completely weird? We could have still had Smith Rowe in the team. I honestly feel like Ceballos, and boy, we are going to talk about Ceballos in this video. He was a player that was just shoehorned in today and wasn't necessary. I really, truly believe that if we had just shifted it around a little bit, we could have got Martinelli in and it would have been a much better and balanced side. I'm not saying that it wouldn't have been 2-0. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have gone down to 10 men. I'm not saying that we wouldn't have got a 2-1 result because of it, but we're not setting out the team. I don't think it was set up to be the winning side. We kind of lost this game from the start with that lineup. It was just atrocious. And do you know what? Xhaka's been doing okay at left back, but this is one of those things, it's an accident waiting to happen. We all know that Xhaka cannot play as a left back permanently. He can do the job maybe once every now and again, and I'm talking, once or twice a season at most, okay? But now that we're seeing this week in, week out, it doesn't take a genius, and I'm just saying, okay, Emery is a very smart guy. He would have been watching back every single Arsenal performance over the last few weeks, including many of those of which where we've got Xhaka at left back, and pinpointing how weak that is, how much of a weak point that is, and it was bound to happen. And guess what? Their first goal, Xhaka was isolated at left back on his own, and they score from that area. It doesn't take a genius to realise that it's just an accident waiting to happen, and it happened tonight. And the second goal from the corner, my God, it is so poor defensively. Thomas Partey, Ceballos, all of those guys that were trying to mark their man just at fault for that one. Shocking defending. And before you know it, you're 2-0 down in a semi-final, and you're hearing that Man United are losing, and I'm just thinking, because they were 2-1 down at one point. They went on to win 6-2, by the way. Manchester United are through, for sure. I'm just thinking, this is our moment. We can actually potentially go through to the final if we put in a really good performance today, and somehow Man United, the favourites for the tournament, are getting knocked out at this rate. They're losing to Roma, away goals at Old Trafford, and then obviously things completely change because we don't turn up. We do turn up. Arsenal turned up today, the usual Arsenal that bottle everything, right? And United go on and win, and I don't know. It wasn't meant to be tonight, was it? Let's talk Ceballos. I can't stand him. Okay, now, in fairness, last season, towards the end of the season, the long FA Cup run we went on, he won us the game against Sheffield United, for example. He was brilliant, and I was absolutely saying, do you know what? Maybe we take a punt and we sign him permanently. Instead, we get him on another loan. Fantastic, right? We retain his services. He's a good squad player. Roll on the next season. He's been average at best this season, I would say. Many mistakes in the Europa League especially. Tonight, he was on another level. There was a few good passes, good movement every now and again. And then there was the shocking Ceballos that can't run. He can turn. He does those chops, isn't he? He loves those turns, but he can't dribble. He got overtaken by Foyth, or Foyt, however you say his name, the on-loan Tottenham player, who is slow, by the way. He overtook Ceballos down that right side. I wanted to die. It's embarrassing. And he gets himself sent off. And he's partly at fault for their second goal. And it's not even the performance that bothers me. He did an interview recently, and I can't be the only one that thinks this is actually disgusting behaviour. He has said in the interview, Spain's better. He doesn't think that England suits his play. He is more suited to Spanish football. Well done. Great timing. Thanks for that. Off you go then. Good luck. You're going to play for Madrid. Yeah, all right. Sure. Maybe it does suit you better, but you don't say that during the season. Arguably the biggest bit of the season. Going into a semi-final of a competition that, if we win, literally rescues the last 3 or 4 years, because we'd be back in the Champions League. And you're sitting there talking about how Spain is better. How disrespectful. Get out of our club. Go back to Spain. Best of luck, and we'll see you playing for, I don't know, Zaragoza. I don't know if he's ever going to play for Madrid again, but I very much doubt it. And I don't want him at Arsenal. His performances haven't been good enough, and that interview sealed it for me. Go and read it. It's hilarious to me. The disrespect. And I don't know if it's a thing that's been lost in translation, but how do you... No, that isn't... He has literally said that he prefers Spain. The football's better there. Off you go. See you later. Let's go through the team, shall we? Leno saved us. There was a point where we should have gone 3-0 down. It was a shot from Gerard Moreno. Should have gone in. What a save that was. I would say that Leno was actually playing very well today. Not at fault for the goals. And, as I said, saved us. On 2 occasions, he made big saves. Chambers at right back was a little bit quiet today. Would have liked to have seen Cedric back in the team, to be honest. Chambers isn't a right back. He can do a decent job there, but you need someone that's really athletic, someone that's quick, that gets those overlaps. He doesn't. He doesn't do that enough. And I cannot wait to bring in a new right back in the summer. I think it's our most important position at this point. Holding and Mari didn't have their finest games. I thought Mari was actually a little bit haywire. Normally he's the professional, solid, always gives you a solid 8 out of 10 performance. Today he was a little bit shaky, I thought. And actually I think potentially was one of his worst games in a while. Just didn't show any authority. At the set play where we conceded the corner, just, I don't know, middle of nowhere. And Holding was captain tonight. Is he captain material? Maybe. Is he captain level for a top English side? We're not even a top English side, but you know what? You know where I'm going with this. He's not. He's not really, is he? He's a good squad player, and I like Holding, but yeah, we need a centre back. Yeah, there's a bit of a trend here, isn't there? Talking about each player and then saying need a new signing. Left back, we had Xhaka. I've already mentioned him. He had a relatively poor game tonight, I thought. Very, very clear to me that Emery got his guys down that right side, putting all the pressure on Xhaka, and it really worked because Ceballos wasn't helping him out. Pepe in the first half didn't help him out, and that changed in the second half, to be fair. Pepe, for me, was probably man of the match along with Saka. Scored the penalty, our only goal, Pepe. Saka won it. But in the second half, Pepe was getting back and helping Xhaka, and that seemed to really help. Ødegaard, I mean, he's just come back from a couple of weeks out. He was okay, nothing special. Thomas Partey. I don't know how I feel about Thomas Partey because I know what we've got there. We've got a quality player, but he's very, very inconsistent at the moment. There are times during the match where I despair. I just think, what are you doing? He's passing the ball out of the stadium. He's just making mistakes constantly. But then there's a moment at the end of the game when Aubameyang comes on. He puts through one of the most perfect through balls, and Aubameyang misses the chance. Of course he does. And you just think, oh yeah, that's why Partey's here. That's why he's top quality. superb player. He needs to get rid of those little issues here and there. Consistent game time will definitely help with that. Saka on the right was really good, and Pepe was good as well. And then, of course, we had Smith Rowe up top. In the second half, he did drop a bit deeper, and I think he was able to then control the game a little bit more. But in general, Emery's men kept everything quite tight, and they won the midfield battle for sure. And when Coquelin came on, it was even more difficult to try to get through. But we did manage to get that penalty, as I said, and that has gifted us an away goal. It was a bit of a soft pen, but we take those. There was contact. I think Saka was looking for it. That's why it it comes off as being a bit soft. But that away goal is absolutely huge, and that's why this is now a workable result. 2-1 is not good enough. This was Arteta's fault. Why is he not taking Ceballos off at half-time when it was so clear to see? Everyone on my stream was saying it as well. We need to take Ceballos off. He's got a yellow card and he's not playing well. Gets a yellow card, sent off, bang. Take him off. I don't see why he was kept on. The starting lineup for me wasn't right. We didn't go at Villareal enough. We were just so we were the passengers of this game. That's the best way to explain it. But it's workable. Like I said, all we have to do is win 1-0 at home. 1-0. That's it, and we're through to the final to get battered by Manchester United. So we can all wait for that embarrassment. No, do you know what? We've beaten them before this season at Old Trafford. Why not beat them again? Yes, they are the kings of going away. They're definitely going to go through against Roma. And technically, the final is an away game for them. So it's going to be tough. It really is. But first, we have to get there. Of course, I'll be live again next Thursday for the second leg. And I'm live on Sunday as well for the Newcastle game. And I'm getting Sky installed in my office, so there's going to be no delay. I cannot wait for that. In general, I would say tonight was pathetic. It was a terrible performance, which was just about rescued by that away goal. It gives us a little bit of hope, but we'll see. This time next Thursday, am I going to be a happy MGH or a sad MGH? Probably sad, let's be honest.